Hi, today is day 13 of 30 days to my leap of faith, and I am so tired. It is very hot. It is, granted, it is not like the East Coast. I get it, you guys. I've heard people say, like, you don't even know what hot is. But we don't have air conditioning here. We are not set up to deal with the heat, especially where I live. My room is in the attic and it is at least 10 degrees, 15 degrees warmer than the downstairs. And right now, the downstairs is like 75, 80 degrees. So that means up here it's like a toaster oven. I mean, my coconut oil has been liquid for days, and I've not slept very well the past 3 nights. That's 3 nights without, like, I feel like somebody who just had a newborn and who's consistently woken up every few hours. And maybe this is the universe's way of showing me that I can function, because that's something that I worried about, that I wouldn't be able to deal with the fact that when I have kids, I'm not going to sleep. And I'm very much a person who needs sleep to function. But apparently I'm doing okay. Like, I'm not having to operate heavy machinery other than my car, which I'm totally able to do. Thank God for caffeine. But it's frustrating because I cannot control it. And there's this like swamp cooler air conditioning wannabe thing that my housemate or my landlord gave me to use, but it doesn't work. And it's really loud and I can't sleep with it on. So it's just frustrating. And I know it'll be fine in a few days, but it's really hard to be, as functional as I would like to be with it. It's just so hot and not being able to sleep and stressing out over, different things, taking care of myself and getting ready for the move and all of that kind of stuff. So it's been frustrating. It's been challenging. But what I decided to do is I decided to roll with it, and I knew that today was going to be the hottest day. So I made a plan for myself to not just sit around Oakland or Berkeley, which is like pretty landlocked, and just bake. So I went to the beach and I went to San Francisco, and the sand was so hot. It literally was so hot I couldn't walk without shoes. Like, everyone was running because it was so hot, and I've never, ever, ever experienced the beach in San Francisco to be that way. It's usually too cold to go, and this time it was like too hot to walk on the sand. It was amazing. But it was great, so I was there for a few hours, and I read, and by the time I got super duper hot, I went into the water, which is freezing cold, so it cools you right down. It's like taking an ice bath, and then you can sit and hang out on the sand for longer. And then I went to go see a movie. I kind of did, because I've been frustrated just not having the community and the people around that I would like to have in the Bay Area. And I asked a couple of people to hang out, and nobody could, and my other friends work, and so it's just been really frustrating being in that in-between space of not quite where I'm going, but I'm still here, and I still don't have a lot to fill up my time, and I applied to different volunteer positions, and none of them came through, and so it's just kind of like I have a lot of time on my hands, and what do I do with it? So today I decided, to just do whatever it was that I wanted to do anyway, and to not let my own judgment keep me from doing it like I'm supposed to be with people. I'm supposed to have friends, kind of thing. So I went to go see a movie, and it was a really good movie. It was called There Really Is, or Is There a Heaven? Something like that. It's based off this true story of this kid who almost died, and then, didn't, and then was talking to his preacher father, his reverend father, about his experience in heaven. And they wrote a book about it, and so there's this movie, and it was just a really cute movie. I feel like it was like God's way of saying, like, we are safe, we are supported, we don't have to worry about anything. Like, there is, like, basically the takeaway message for me was, and I'm not spoiling anything of the movie, don't worry, is that there is heaven on earth. Like, heaven and hell exist here. And there's a heaven, like, there's not really a hell. It's just like hell is the hatred and the anger that people decide to sit in. And heaven is when you appreciate a baby's laugh, or you appreciate a rainbow in the sky, or you appreciate just, how beautiful you feel in the moment. And that is really heaven. And we have a choice to do that. And that was kind of what I was talking about yesterday, and a little bit what I was feeling earlier today is I was on the beach on a beautiful day, relaxing with an iced chai. Just, you think I would be super happy, but I was having a really hard time because I was really lonely. I was feeling really anxious. I have a lot of anxiety about the move. I have a lot of trepidation and fear if I'm doing the right thing in any way. And so it was just like I was not having a good time on the beach. It was like, this sucks. I wish I was having a good time. And you think that in this situation, I'd be relaxed. But no, it was really hard. And then I talked to a friend and kind of sunk into it a little bit more, and then went in the water and felt a lot better. And then went to the movies, and then went and got myself a new pair of shoes because there's a place nearby that had discounted shoes, and I need new running shoes, and a cute little pair of flats because I don't have any flats. I either have boots or I have flip flops. And being in San Diego, I don't think I'm going to be able to wear my boots a lot. Maybe when I get to Oregon. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. So I have more clarity too. I'm going to San Diego in a couple weeks, where my family is, and I'll be there for a couple months probably. And then I'm probably going to go to Oregon. That's where I've been feeling called to, and that's where I've been getting guidance to go, really. And I just feel like all the universe's messages are telling me to go there. I really want to go. I've been wanting to move to Portland since 2008. So it's about time. It's been 6 years, so I think it's about time. So anyone out there, if you're in Portland or have friends in Portland, please connect me. I'd love to meet people and connect with people ahead of time, and just have people to talk to when I'm there, because I don't know anybody there right now. The people I know that used to live there back in 2008 have moved. So I know friends of friends who were there, but not anybody, concrete yet. So please let me know. But basically, so that was kind of my message of the day. And you can tell I'm just exhausted. I haven't slept. It's been so hot. And I almost wanted to change and do my hair different and put on more makeup. And I was like, no, I want my viewers to see how I am, exactly how I am. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I don't want to be different than how I am, because I know it's the truth. It's the authenticity. It's the pain, the joy, the actual real emotions that I share, that people share, that really makes a difference. And I'm not having a hard time with this. I mean, I'm not having an easy time with this. That's funny. I'm having a pretty hard time with all of this. But I'm having to really strengthen that muscle to really get into okay, what can I be grateful for right now? How can I shift my mindset now? I mean, honoring my feelings, letting myself have my experience, but also not letting myself sit in that place, because that's an old place for me. And if I sit in that place too long, I don't move, I don't grow, which again is why I have never been in this place before. That's why this is a leap of faith, is because I've never done it before. And the way to keep doing it is to keep strengthening my faith, to keep surrendering, to keep my belief so strong that I can get through whatever. So today was really challenging, but you know what? I'm alive. I'm okay. I went to the beach, I saw a movie, I got some new shoes, and then I went to Trader Joe's and got some more coconut ice cream and some healthy, yummy food. I really can't complain, too much. And I'm really, really grateful for that. And, tomorrow is going to be another day, and it probably will be hot, and I don't know how well I'll sleep tonight, but chances are I will survive. And that is something to be grateful for. And I think that's what's really shifting in me, is the ability to be grateful for the challenges and the ability to be grateful for the things that are not perfect. Because for a long time I needed things to be perfect, and if they weren't perfect, it reflected on me somehow. Because it's so hot, that means I did something wrong. Or because I'm uncomfortable in my life, that means I did something wrong. No, it just means that I'm alive, and that's something to be grateful for. And it's kind of like this maturing in a way. It really feels like putting on my big girl pants, if you know what I mean, and just being in the real world. This is how the real world is. And it's not always going to be so hard, but it's not going to be, a walk in the park all the time either, because I'd probably get bored. Humans, we would get bored if it was too easy. So there is something to be said for a little bit of challenge, a little bit of growth, and it's really, really worth it. So my question for you today is, what are the challenges in your life that you can be grateful for? Like, this challenge right now is really pushing me, and I felt it today. It's really pushing me to surrender, to give in, to just be able to be okay with things not being perfect. I mean, I think that I was meant to spend this day alone and to learn to just be alone, even though I do not want to be alone for that long. I like to be alone for part of the day, and then the other part of the day, I want to have tons of friends to hang out with. I want to be super social. And that's just not been happening, which is partly why it's obvious that I'm just not meant to be here. It's a part of the universe's message, because it's not for lack of trying, trust me. Um, it's so I'm learning to then be okay with that and to accept it and to kind of sink into it and not make it wrong, but to be grateful for it, because then it allows me time with myself, and I can take my inner child out on dates. So where in your life are there challenges that you're experiencing, maybe on your own leap of faith, maybe just maybe with your kids, at work, physically, where can you find gratitude for it? Because it's teaching you something, it's helping you grow. And sometimes it is like you just want to like make it into an object and throw it into the garbage disposal or throw it out the window or burn it. I totally get it, but sometimes we don't have that choice. And the only choice we can make is to accept it and to let go and let God, to surrender to it. So that's my question for you. And you don't have to know the answer right now. I kind of have a feeling I'm going to be turning all of this into like a workbook, into like a workshop. And maybe when I do that, you'll be able to answer all these questions. But that was my question today. Like, how could this be positive? And it really helped me, because it was almost like I felt myself wanting to get into the despair and to get into the depression, get into the dissociation of feeling really lonely and feeling really sad that I was so lonely. And then I was like, but that's not going to do anything. Like, really, that's not going to do anything for me. And I want to feel better. Like, my intention right now is to feel as best as I can. And some days it's going to be easier than others. And the way I did that was just by accepting it and doing the best I could in that moment and finding what there was in that to be grateful for. It's not sugarcoating, it's not minimizing, it's actually transmutating, it's alchemy. It's taking that same experience and turning it into something positive, which is not easy. It takes practice. And that's why I have a coach who's helping me. That's why I get healing sessions, and that's why I do that same thing for people. So I hope you had a good day, and I will be back tomorrow, and I will, just sending you lots of angel blessings. And today's a full moon, so if you're feeling crazy, you're feeling energized, you're just feeling like emotional, it's a full moon in Scorpio. So I haven't read a lot about it. I just know I'm a Scorpio rising, so it definitely affects me. Oh, I just want to say the other thing too is to take care of yourself, to do the things that you love to do, even if you are not sure that it's the right thing to do. I went swimming today in the ocean, and I'm a Pisces, so I'm a fish, and I love swimming in the ocean. But it's very rare that I get to do it these days, just because I don't live near the ocean. When I'm in San Diego, I'll be able to do it a lot, but it just felt really, and it was challenging because I had to be in my bikini and walk on the beach with all these people, and you know what, I just didn't even care. And then after I got out, I felt so great to be in the water and to dunk under a few times and to just dance around with the waves. It felt so good. And then there was this cute little 3-week-old puppy that I got to pet, and this guy was flirting with me, and it was just like, I didn't like him, but it's nice for some guy to flirt with you when you're in a bikini, because, I don't know, I'm like, oh, okay, that says something. But for someone with a eating disorder recovery, that, is a boost, a healthy boost to the ego. So anyway, you never know. Put yourself out there. Do things that scare you, that challenge you, and you will probably be rewarded, because I know. It was a good day. So I'm still feeling challenged right now, though, because the whole, need to be productive thing. I'm working on it. So as I work on that, hopefully you can work on your stuff and give yourself compassion and love yourself for it. And really what helped me was to just be okay with it. To be okay with myself being triggered, to be okay with myself feeling like I'm not doing enough, like not making that wrong. Like the fact that I think I'm doing something wrong, not making that part of me wrong. It's like, okay, I think I'm doing something wrong. I can still love you and be compassionate with that part of myself and move on with my life. And it's really worked a lot. Because it's like, lets it just come out of like the forefront of your mind, and then you can get focused on something else that's shiny, to direct your ego at. So anyway, that's my 2 cents for right there. So anyway, good night, angel blessings, and I'll see you tomorrow.